And when my stepmother kicked out my little sister on her 16th birthday, I reminded her whose name was on the deed and kicked her out instead. When mom passed away 3 years ago, it shattered us. She was the glue that held everything together. Before cancer took her, she made one thing crystal clear. Our family home, the one filled with decades of memories, would belong to me, not dad, not both of us, just me. She said, I trust you to protect this house, and your sister. My younger sister Chloe was only 13. She inherited mom's old lake cabin. Dad got nothing, and that wasn't some mistake. Mom knew what she was doing. During her final months, Dad started acting strange. Always gone, distant, cold. 6 months after the funeral, he showed up at the front door with a woman half his age, Tasha. She was barely 30, wearing heels higher than her empathy, and within days she was redecorating my house. Family photos, gone. Pictures of mom, childhood drawings, holiday memories, all replaced with beige walls, abstract art, and throw pillows that screamed soulless. It was like she was trying to erase mom. Chloe started spending all her time in her room, surrounding herself with everything that reminded her of mom. Old photos, perfume bottles, and handmade cards. Her room became a little shrine. Tasha didn't care. She strutted around like she owned the place, even though she was living there rent-free. Dad just followed her around like a lost puppy. Then last month, they dropped the bomb. They were having twins. Chloe stopped talking altogether. She locked herself in her room for days. I drove over every night trying to pull her back out of that darkness. When I begged Dad to step in, he said, she's just being dramatic. She'll adjust. For Chloe's 16th birthday, all she wanted was a simple sleepover. 8 girls, movies, snacks, giggles until sunrise. Dad said it was fine since he and Tasha were going away for the weekend. When they came home the next morning, the house looked like a typical post-sleepover battlefield. Blankets, makeup wipes, empty pizza boxes, laughter still lingering in the air. Tasha walked in and lost it. She started screaming at Chloe in front of her friends. Disrespectful, just like your mother, always causing drama. Then she said the words that changed everything. You're a burden to your father. Chloe stood there frozen, tears streaming down her face. Then Tasha told her to pack her things and called our Aunt Mel to pick her up. Dad just stood in the hallway and did nothing. That night, Chloe called me, sobbing. What did I do wrong? The next morning, I drove over to Aunt Mel's. Chloe was curled up on the couch, clutching Mom's old sweatshirt. That was it for me. I grabbed Chloe's spare key and went back to the house. Tasha was in the kitchen eating yogurt like she hadn't just destroyed a 16-year-old's world. She looked up, smirking. What are you doing here? I said, calm and steady. You and Dad have 7 days to get out. She laughed. You can't kick us out of our own home. That's when I pulled out the deed. Actually, this house is mine. Mom left it to me. Her face went pale. Dad stumbled in half asleep. You're being cruel. She's pregnant. Where's she supposed to go? I looked him straight in the eye. Maybe you should have thought about that before your wife kicked your daughter out of her own home. Tasha started crying, but I didn't flinch. I reminded them Chloe was 16, still grieving, and had been treated like trash in her own house. They were gone by the end of the week. Now, Chloe's back home. Her room still looks like a time capsule, but she's smiling again. We cook dinner together, laugh again. I don't regret a thing. Because when Dad failed to protect her, I did.